surprised to know that I enjoy real-time strategy games, and that's why I'm excited for our next trailer. It's Dwarfheim, a cooperative RTS, where up to 3 players can
Hey, what's up, Altair?
building, mining, and fighting, working together to build defenses, machinery, and traps, train armies to fend off deadly trolls and rival clans. The Dwarfheim demo is live right now on Steam. Let's see what the game is all about.
Ever since the fall, dwarven clans live scattered across Agartha. They toil every day in the dark and dirt. They try to protect what little they have from rival clans and the vile creatures that roam these lands. Your clan needs you now, chieftains, to lead your people. Choose your classes, guide your builders and miners to expand your kingdom. Or take up arms with your warriors to protect our town halls and conquer your enemies. Bring us to victory! Bring us to Dwarfheim!
Oh, what's good, Doofy?
Thanks, Sean. And now let's take a look at the lineup of games and game updates coming from indie publisher New Blood Interactive.
This lady called me a virgin last year. It's true. Also, sorry I'm late. Streaming computer just decided to start running real hot and I had to emergency take it apart, reseal the CPU with a thermal paste, so hopefully it's fine now. Looks like I really haven't missed much. Yeah, I kind of dig whatever this is. Not gonna lie, it seems really fast-paced. VR or just the FPS? What is this? What is it? You didn't beat it until the other day.
That's
oh man.
Quite a lineup from New Blood, and with us now is the New Blood CEO, Dave.
Oh, glad you
Mossberg,
finished
to
it.
talk about it.
Welcome
Dave,
to the club.
What the hell was that all about?
Yeah, so we got a lot going on, right? I mean, some guys come out here, they show like some cinematic trailer and then tell you it's coming out in a year. We got 6 games and you can play all of them
right now.
We couldn't
Wow.
afford to do a cinematic trailer if we wanted to, right? So yeah, Dusk, now with mods, check them out at duskmods.com.
Oh, I was
There's all
gonna
kinds of
say that
crazy-
looked like Dusk.
A Medieval, now with RTX, DLSS 2.0 is coming, maximum action, new levels are coming, new features, new guns. Unfortunate
I was gonna
Spacemen is
say,
now
all this
completely
stuff
free to
looks
play.
kind
Why
of
not? Check that one out.
familiar.
16-player co-op. It's crazy. It's like the Thing in space. Faith, of course. If you don't know about Faith,
Now you know.
Ultra Kill, our new.
Oh yeah, well you
retro
must be a
shooter with
genius,
style. If
or
like
you
games
have
like
must
Devil May
have
Cry
like
and
insane
Quake,
hand-eye coordination.
That's what that's about. And then of course Gloomwood. If you like games like Thief, System Shock, Resident Evil,
I
then
took way
think
too long
Gloomwood is definitely
playing through all that damn stuff.
Definitely the game for you.
Where can we go to learn more?
So you could check out Dusk at
I gotta turn on all my stuff
notfortnite.com,
here.
Medieval at I can't believe it's not hexen.com, Maximum Action at shootyboom.com, Unfortunate Spacemen at deaderspace.com.
Oh,
That's
look, you guys get this thing here. There we go.
.com. Faith at GaryLovesYou.com, Ultrakill at DevilMayQuake.com, and then of course Gloomwood
beat June's,
at
pull-ups.
BeefWithGuns.com.
I did do the squats.
That's
Oh, you
all we
haven't done
got.
Jules
6
yet?
games. You
Good
can
luck.
play them all right now.
Good
We love you.
luck. Oh, the toolbar.
Thanks.
Look at that.
Let's see what Frankie has for us next.
I don't know why my computer does that.
Thank you, Sean. Now tell me, PC gamers, have you ever wanted to rewrite history?
No.
Not your browser history, that's easy and absolutely vital, but how about something grander? Like discovering America, mastering flight,
I thought she was
going
gonna
to
lead into DuckTales.
A couple of 100 years earlier. Humankind is an upcoming
Solve a
historical
mystery or
strategy
rewrite
game
history,
where you'll be
DuckTales.
combining up to 60 different
So that's how
cultures
you lead
to
into
create
a
civilization that's as unique as you are. And as with all of their previous titles, Amplitude is asking the community to participate in the development of Humankind to help make it the best game that it can be. Let's see how they're inviting PC gamers to help build this worldly game.
We'll see about that, madam. Sega. Wait a minute, what is this? I do love the Moon song. Although, you know, my favorite one is Transylvania. Oh, Humankind! I'm signed up to receive, like, codes for this. What the hell is this? What? Are they gonna let us play this today? This is gonna be like what City Skylines did for the whole SimCity series. Nice! I'm gonna do it. This is gonna be better than Civ 6, in my opinion.
Well, you heard the trailer. You need to go to opendev.gamestogether.com so you can be one of the very first humans to get your hands on Humankind, Amplitude Studios' upcoming historical strategy game. And now for something a little different, why don't you join me in my chamber?
This was like an impromptu stream. Like, I kind of forgot that PC Gaming was doing this.
Of all the subcultures and communities that make up PC gaming, modders have arguably
Mostly because I just didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything that was going to be too substantial.
Started out as a modder and eventually helped lay the foundation for two of the most popular genres on PC, survival and battle royale. Let's take a look at the next game from Rocketworks revealed here on the PC Gaming Show. It's Icarus.
Yeah, I know. He's such a fancy pants with his AirPods. I gotta turn on, like, all my stuff here. Icarus, isn't that the name of... I know, I saw that. I saw. I mean, I'll probably still end up getting it. Uh-oh. This game certainly got weird. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be super disappointing. We'll see what it's like. This Miles Morales DLC, it might end up being like that Uncharted, you know, what is it, that Uncharted other, like, almost, it was like almost an expansion so big they had to just print it on its own game disc.
Joining me to talk about Icarus is Dean Hall. Dean, thanks so much for joining us.
Awesome, it's great to be here.
So, Dean, you're making another survival-focused game.
As long as it's not like what they did, what Sega did with like Sonic and Knuckles and that. Sonic and Knuckles, if you just plugged in the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 cartridge, all you could do is just play Knuckles and Sonic 2.
Really what we're trying to do
As long as it's something like better than that, like we're not just replaying the story through with Miles.
Over a long period of
I think we'll be fine.
And you can progress through the survival experience. So it was really getting back to the roots of what a survival game is and what makes
I didn't notice, but
moments that you get in
I believe
really
you.
intense and emotional.
If you can just walk me through like the basic loop. If I just open up the game, do I start out on the ship itself?
If you think about the orbital station as your apartment in GTA, you can invite your friends in and prepare for what we call a drop. And then you select a prospect.
I mean, I'm so rushed I didn't even put on my necklace.
The big challenge of the game, and the way to fail it, I guess, is to run out of time on the drop.
Let's say I'm on a 30-minute mission. I have a particular resource I've set out to snatch up. How does the gameplay of that 30-minute period differ from other survival games?
I suppose there were three key things that I felt needed to be addressed before I made another survival game. The first was the ability to scale. By breaking your experience over months and years into sessions, that allowed us to address scale. So you still can do all the things that you do in a normal survival game, building bridges, roads, all those kinds of things. But you're doing it with a medium-term focus. The second was pacing.
I'm not gonna lie, if like Maxis or like EA comes out with a new SimCity, I'm gonna scream my head off.
The last one is really focusing in on
mostly out of
those core
disappointment
survival mechanics
and out of anticipation of the worst.
The whole reason that survival as a genre connects so emotionally with players.
Does it?
I guess I was a little surprised to hear that there are 20-minute drops as well as multi-day drops. What are the sort of time ranges we're looking at? Are there different like categories and tiers of drop length?
Yeah, so it really depends on your level.
Drop length? Is that what he just said?
The game. So early on, we're really just introducing.
Little word of advice: if you're trying to present a game, don't use a word like drop length.
Say a daytime drop that only lasts 20 minutes. You're only going to be facing the game during the day. As you progress on, you can take on and get access to prospects that have much longer drop windows.
Yeah, it's like Kevin, they already done this with like, you know, Ark Survival and
biomes is definitely the most dangerous.
Many other games.
I want to ask a little bit about what failure means in Icarus. I mean, in the trailer there was someone that fell down and you just ominously talked about the dangers of
honestly, if they were going to go with a game like Icarus, like a name like Icarus, they should have gone like a real out of left field with it, you know? Like made it about the titular character in Our Real Monsters named Icarus.
And there's nothing you can do. It's just
Icarus,
over.
Icarus,
and
whatever.
There's a certain charm to that.
Everything's gone.
Yeah, there's a
yeah,
certain
it's a little
charm
too
to
generic.
But I think if we look about
charm, I like your use of the word charm there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like there definitely is. But I think with Icarus, we've chosen one failure state. If you run out of time on your drop, that character and all its equipment is gone.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make that terrifying, and that's why our tagline is, there are worse fates than death. So it's getting left behind. If you miss your rendezvous window with the orbital station, then that's it. Everything that you've deployed on there, your character and all that progression of that character and all that equipment is just gone. And that's our one failure state. If you run out of oxygen, someone can come and revive you. If you get attacked by this particular animal and damaged, someone can heal you. But if you run out of time, it's over.
I'm curious. I mean, there's so many elements. There's so much
standing up for
ambition. I know there's a lot of PC gamers that maybe feel like you abandoned DayZ.
Early scenario access, which seems pretty cool.
What do you have to reassure those people that you're committed to Icarus?
Well, I think a big thing for me is you know, Bohemia was an existing company, and I definitely felt like I was pulling them in a direction that was hard for them to go, and they probably felt like they were pulling me in a direction that I didn't want to go. And it's really been a bit of a struggle for me to develop and not only the studio, but myself as well. There was a whole bunch of things I had to learn. I had to learn many of those things through failure. The solution there was to make sure it wasn't just a Dean Hall game, but it was a game built by incredibly skilled people. And we managed to assemble, I think, definitely one of the best teams I've ever worked with, an exceptional concept team through to a technical and production team as well.
Well, I know there's a ton of people that are interested in my very next question, my favorite question. When can people get the opportunity to play Icarus?
That is a good question. So we're looking at sometime next year. Our development is very advanced at this point. Our biggest question really is content. So, you know, we're making the game free to play because we wanted to maximize the number of people that play it. and we're acutely aware a number of our former staff are ex-Grinding Gear Games who made Path of Exile. They're very talented in the free-to-play area. So we're very cognizant of how much content we need to provide gamers. So at the moment, we're really sort of heading into that.
Well, Dean, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Awesome.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Dean Hall from Rocket
Can't
Works
figure
for
this
the
shit out.
upcoming survival game Icarus. For our next game, let's head to Frankie.
When you're an evil supervillain, it's important
Is that a
to
goddamn
have your
guinea
own
pig?
sense of style. What? Evil cat psychics are so
This
2019.
lady, this presenter, she's far more
Genius
comfortable in
2
this
asks players
setting
the
than she
question,
was last year.
how
Last year
would
she
you
was
design a supervillain
seemed pretty
fortress?
nervous.
Would you
A
build
lot of like, you know,
would you just
misspoken
give all
words,
the home appliances
just stuttering in
RGB
general.
lighting?
Like the timing was like
Here's
off.
the world
I don't know.
exclusive first gameplay footage of Evil Genius 2: World Domination.
Yeah, Amplitude Studios, if you're trying to do the humankind, like registering for that right now, it's like totally fucked. Don't even try it. You are Australian? Hope your home didn't get burned down. I know a few people who were, you know, who unfortunately did lose their homes in the brush fires, so it's... I'll tell you something, I would not want to deal with that here in Transylvania. That would not go well. We have lots of dead fields of grass, so that it would just go up like a Christmas tree on the 4th of July. It wouldn't be good. So this is like Fortnite graphics, but with like making evil people. These games have a specific name to them. I'm not too sure what they are. I like to call it like, you know, Zombies Ate Your Neighbors sort of game. Dispose of secret agents. Yeah, this is... It's like XCOM, kind of, but like with like cartoony graphics like The Sims. More like Team Fortress 2, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Hey, it was good on the Super Nintendo too, but I did play it on Sega. What's up, Ghost Tom? Yeah, good stuff. This Evil Genius, it seems like it's, you know.
We are about to see the first official gameplay footage for Godfall on PC.
Oh, joy.
Counterplay Games is going to give us a guided tour
I can't wait
of the
to
battle
see
for
how this
Imperium.
literally looks like
And keen
a
observers
slightly
will notice that this is running
more
an
polished
Unreal
Xbox
Engine
360
5.
game.
That's why those shiny
Why does this
sets of
stuff
armor
not look like
oh
it's
so
like
gorgeous.
Godfall? Anything I've
You can
seen
go over to the
Godfall
Epic
doesn't
Games
look like it
Store
was
and
made on
wishlist
Unreal
now.
5. It
We'll
looks
get
like it
more
was made on
information
Unreal
on
3.
Godfall
I don't
before it
know.
releases this
Every time
holiday
I've seen it,
season.
it just
But
is
for
like
now,
looks like a more
let's take a look.
unpolished version of Overwatch. It's really too
Hello,
bad they couldn't get this
my
shit
name is
done in
Keith
4K.
Lee, and I am the game director for Godfall. On behalf of Counterplay Games, we are very excited to share gameplay.
Don't get me
with you
wrong, it
today
looks good.
and to
Just
offer
doesn't
you a
also look like
glimpse
anything
into
that I
the
haven't
mystical
seen.
World of Godfall. Please
know?
enjoy. Godfall is still in development, so some things will change and improve in the final product, including visuals and performance. Godfall is set in a brand new high fantasy universe filled with heroic knights,
Good
arcane
afternoon.
magic, and forbidden realms. The world is split up into the elemental realms of earth, water, air, and fire. You play a Valorian knight, a godlike warrior able to equip valor plates, legendary armor sets that transform you into unstoppable masters of melee combat. As you adventure through the realms, you'll get to
So I
tear through
guess
enemies
Persona
to
4
challenge a mad god
Golden
who
was
awaits you
released,
at
which,
the
you know,
top.
everyone found out
Throughout
about
your
last
journey,
night, tweeting
You'll
about it
find
at 3 a.m.
Ancient valor plates.
Some of y'all
lost
just
in time.
sending me DMs,
Each
and I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, Final Fantasy
and
3,
long history.
Final Fantasy 7
Now, let's
Remake Part
talk
2.
about
Nope, just
gameplay.
Persona 4
Godfall.
Golden for PC,
First,
which I
our
guess is a
team
big
wanted
deal.
to do something different. We wanted to combine action RPG loot progression with third-person melee combat to create what we think is a whole new genre, the looter slasher. Our game is therefore one part gear-driven and one part player skill.
I'm just, you know, I know that this
In
is
other
just
words,
being streamed and it's
not
probably just
only
video,
do we
but
want
I'm
you to
seeing a
find
lot of stutters.
exquisite weapons with powerful loot
I'm also
traits,
seeing like a lot of like
we also
weird
want you to
clipping,
have
like with the
that feeling
characters,
of
like almost like the
accomplishment,
collision like isn't
mastering
100%
a
yet.
wide set of combat mechanics available to you in Godfall. What you're looking at now is a mid-boss fight, a tougher challenge which we'll have to leave for another day. Please check out the Godfall channels on Twitter.
Do you guys know what Counterplay games,
Thank
if they've
you
done
so
anything? I
much
mean, we
for
know
taking a look
what
at
Gearbox
Godfall,
does and all what
and
they've
we'll
done
be showing you
before
more
and stuff,
soon.
but what about Counterplay? Who are they? I wonder what they've done.
When PC gamers think of iconic first-person shooters, they think of games like Doom, Quake, and Duke Nukem. Our next trailer shows a project that celebrates the proud heritage of sci-fi FPSs
Wait a
while
minute,
taking
so-
advantage of some very modern visual
New
effects,
Duke Nukem?
like glorious enemy dismemberment. From Bounding Box Software and Humble Publishing, this is Proteus.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It looked a lot like Dauntless. Wait, what was that there? Hang on a second here. What the hell is this? This looks sick. I love how it's like in this, like, what is this called? Like, what is it called? 2D HD? They did this with Octopath Traveler. Oh my god, this looks amazing. I love the styling aesthetic. Holy mother of god, this looks cool. Holy shit, this looks amazing. What is this called? Proteus? Oh, no shit. That's a day one for me right there. 1000%. That actually just won the PC Gaming Awards. Unless there's someone else that's gonna come along and blow that out of the water. That looked... Just give me that right now. Just give it to me. That looks cool. I just want to go back and just keep showing more of that. Don't show any of this stuff. This looks like it's like a Final Fantasy Tactics sort of game, actually, which, actually, you know, if they can pull it off, then... Or like a Disgaea kind of game. You get that isometric 3D kind of, you know... Pretty cool. This looks like, yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics. It has tactics in the name. It reminds me kind of like a Mario RPG a little bit too, the combat system.
I love the look of that last one.
Yeah,
Fate
it looks
Tactics is set
kinda
to
cool.
scratch that isometric combat itch that I know a lot of us have been feeling ever since we played Final Fantasy Tactics back in the 90s. All right, but
Read my
we're
mind,
not done
old
with humble
gamer
games
dude.
yet. Their lineup, as it turns out, isn't all that humble. We're going to take a look at 2 more games from them. Project Wingman.
I don't think that's a
jet-fighter
gown,
game
or I think it's
featuring
actually just a
RPG elements and VR
smoker's
support.
jacket.
And
I
rounding
think that's
things
kind of
out
what
is
the aesthetic he's trying to pull out. There's not enough wood
gorgeous
mahogany
top-down
paneling
puzzle.
behind him, but
Let's take a look.
I think that's what he's kind of going for. I'm pretty sure that's like a Gomez Adams, like cigar smoking or pipe smoking jacket. That, you know, my, you know, your old stuffy, you know, homesteadery Mazda, you know, be smoking a pipe inside of a, you know, a wood paneled study or in a majestic library. Yeah, no thanks on the Flash games. Is this gonna be for Top Gun 2?
contacts. Kill confirmed. Good work, Hitman team. Return to base.
Hey, Devbot, have you ever wondered what Gordon Freeman's voicemail message sounds like?
Sean, that is an intriguing inquiry. However, something is wrong. I'm receiving an external transmission.
Why does this keep happening, Devbot? What's with the security? Have you upgraded to Service Pack 2 yet?
The transmission is coming.
LOL.
Space satellite.
I love how he just used
Greetings,
it. Dope.
PC Gaming Show. It is I, your supreme leader, Kane. I am commandeering this broadcast today.
That's what he looks like now? Holy mother of God, what happened?
Marked at these coordinates. This is a strategically significant I'm just kidding, it's me, Joe Coogan. And I can take over this broadcast because I do what I want.
Hyatt?
Look, you know Command & Conquer has been a major part of your life. It's certainly been a big part of mine. The Command & Conquer Remastered Collection recently launched for PC, and it is an awesome way to relive this classic game with a bunch of new bells and whistles. I mean, who doesn't like 4K graphics, quick matches in multiplayer, or modding, am I right? I personally want to send a big shout out to all you PC gamers who have kept the legacy of Kane alive over these last 25 years. I mean, I live in death, I guess. Thanks for letting me interrupt, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show.
You're not welcome. Don't interrupt us again. Again.
Tell me, PC gamers, do you have any rare action figures? Perhaps you're one of the lucky owners of an out-of-print collectible, something you'd never trade away in a million years. Our next game is a celebration of toys and art. On its surface, a game about collecting, customizing, and trading.
Oh boy,
but
ha ha
it's also
ha.
a highly social playground for creativity. One where you can make your own levels and gather with your friends to hang out, play mini games, and create together. This is Blanco's Block Party.
Legend tells of a place.
Good lord.
Everyone comes together.
Why do all these, majority of these games look like they were made, 10 years ago?
Jump and fly with jetpacks or maybe bat wings. And there's lava and a mountain made of junk food.
Why?
Where you can create your own worlds and have your own adventures where you are in charge. Where you can make your very own games with your very own rules. And all your friends can come and play.
Oh.
This one here. Yeah, them too. And I don't know what that dude is, but he is cool. What? They're all toys? Come to life. And I can actually play with them and own them all. That's f***ing sweet. But you see, this place isn't a legend at all. It's a party.
Here to bring us the inside look at Blanco's Block Party is Jamie Jackson from Mythical. Jamie, thanks so much for joining us today.
Jamie.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Jamie, you look like you need some rest, my dude.
What is
going on?
Blancos it's a game about vinyl toys kind of coming to life and where they go when a human leaves the room. But it's also more than just a game. It's a place for content creators and gamers and collectors to come together and hang out and build the worlds and games that they really want to play in. And you can have as many as your friends come and hang out with you as you want. But you could also drop the toys in. So the first toy you
can also drop a
toy.
deuce right on your face.
We got like a unicorn rocket launcher that fires ice creams. We got like a cactus grenade launcher that fires these little cactus balls. So it's all about kind of like arcade fun shooter stuff. And you can set that up as a team shooter. You could have squads. You can do a bunch of stuff with it. You can even just have it free for all. Some other stuff we're going to be dropping is race toys. So you could just do point to point. You could build this super sweet like platformer and just go A to B. You could do laps. And then another one is, because Blancos, they all survive on good vibes. That's kind of what powers them. So another one you can do is actually just a vibe collection.
Yeah,
and
so basically dreams.
Super cool is all of those toys work
it's
with
basically
each other.
dreams.
So you could build a race. And then you could drop
they don't. They really don't. They look pretty.
So
well, one of them looked good.
This community focus.
That shooter one that looked like the 2D HD
like
pixel art, the Doom stuff, the Doom
kinds of things that you think
that looks pretty cool.
Blancos as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
basically,
we
yes.
That from the beginning of development, that Blancos wasn't just this place for players to go and build and create their own worlds, but it was a place for us to be able to share with them different content, whether that's a music concert, whether it's a movie trailer, whether
Yeah,
it's
that
something
honestly,
no one's
that was
seen
the
yet,
best
but
thing. I don't know.
absolutely,
I was kind of looking in when it was going on before I started streaming, and I didn't see anything that great.
Designs. Like, where are
That
these
was the best thing I
designs
thought.
coming
I
from?
think
How
I
many
saw
are
so
there?
far.
We're not talking about numbers in season 1 just yet, but we are talking about the artists. So
Oh, get out of here.
We're really stoked we've been able to work with some of my favorites that I've been buying the vinyl toys of over the years. So John Paul Kaiser is a great artist from the UK. I ended up buying some of his toys in New York about 6 years ago, and now we get to work together and bring his toys to life in the game, which has been great fun. James Groman, who I think just kind of really epitomizes vinyl toy design, just those clean vector-based lines. And one of my personal favorites is Pete Fowler, who for me was kind of one of the grandfathers of vinyl toy design.
I know people are going to want
What
more information.
are we
They're gonna
talking
wanna know
about here? Toy
when
design?
they can play Blancos, when they can see more.
Hey, Matt Rushmore, man, it's been a hot minute.
Just up to date with things.
Welcome,
Go check out blancos.com.
Matt
You
Rushmore.
can register there right now, so you
OG
can,
Vampire
secure your
Command
account name
officer right here.
and get ready for launch.
Welcome.
We're going to be launching end of the year, so not too far away now, but we're also going to be starting to look for our beta at some point soon as well. So if you get registered, we might be able to get you in there.
Jamie from Mythical, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Once again, the name
Go
of
get
the
some rest,
game
Jamie.
is Blancos
You look like you need
Block
it.
Party. Let's take a look at what's coming up next at this year's PC Gaming Show.
Okay.
You're watching the PC
Take a breath.
Gaming
You're running
Show,
out of
presented
air
by
there.
PC Gamer. Stay tuned for more trailers, announcements,
Ricky
and
Midgar.
footage. Coming up later.
Holy!
We celebrate the 20th anniversary.
We got everyone here.
Of Total War.
We got all the
What's next in
comrades,
Escape
all the
from
commands.
Tarkov? The reveal of horror strategy.
How you
game,
doing?
Rogue Lords, and more. Back to you, Frankie.
The
Frankie.
PC is the birthplace of space flight action games, and our next project, Everspace 2, expands on that tradition with its gorgeous handcrafted universe. The focus
Hey,
here is on
Everspace.
exploration and dogfighting, with alien species standing in the way of outfitting your ship with unique modules, weapons, and devices.
I didn't want to say it.
And as we're about to see
Didn't
in
wanna
this
say
next
it.
trailer, combat won't just take place
yeah, I
in the
did.
cold vacuum of space, but also the atmospheres of planets themselves. Here's Everspace 2.
If this is like, as good as the first one, it's gonna sell really well. Also, if you've never played Everspace 1, I highly suggest you do. It's a very fun game. Good, I hope it does. I hope it haunts your dreams forever. I dig. Slayer digs. Is that Gamir? Garnier. Garnier. Thank you for that sub. Any bombshells? Ricky, there was one. There's like this 2D HD Doom style like shooter, like OG Doom, but it's done in like 2D HD. And I think like Octopath Traveler kind of battle and design, but in a first person shooter atmosphere with like gory blood and, waves of enemies. Think about it like that, but like, kind of like looter shooter, but like 2D HD with pixel art. What was that called? Paradigm? Thank you, Ricky, for the sub. I forget what that's called. I'm gonna have to go back and look out all of it. Yeah, that one looked good. This, Everspace I kind of knew about, and it hasn't really been a huge secret. In fact, some of these games actually were confirmed yesterday. Oh, look at this shit. New Oregon Trail. Not sure how I feel about this. Snails barfing all over Mother Teresa there.
PC gamers, I'm sure
right.
you'll agree. If a horse shows up at your door and you don't remember ordering a horse, it's probably best to keep the door shut. One of the coolest things about a Total War Saga Troy, the next game from Creative Assembly, is that it will enable players to experience multiple different versions of how the iconic battle went down, including several explanations for what that mythical horse actually was. I'll get the door while you watch the latest trailer.
Who is it?
Peggy 16.
Oh, silver-tongued Odysseus. There is only one response to Queen Helen's abduction, and that is war.
Oh, we're getting another Civilization game? What is this?
You can rewrite the events of one of the greatest conflicts ever told, the Trojan War.
Is this Rome?
As Odysseus besieged the legendary city of Troy in 3 ingenious and equally devastating ways, all based around prominent theories from throughout the ages as to what the iconic Trojan
I know,
War
Civ 7 already?
really
Jeez,
resembled.
did we just get a DLC? We got the new Frontier DLC. No, this looks like it's like a new Rome Total War or something. Ooh, but it looks like it's more like Rome Total
Using
War 2 with these
gargantuan
graphics.
siege towers, take the fight to the walls.
This looks like Rome Total War 2 is slightly better bloom.
And force them back.
And a little bit more like a model detail, like the soldier model detail looks a little bit better, and the tessellation actually not. Those fabrics on the end of those like cloaks that those guys in blue were wearing, they weren't moving on the bottom. They were stiff as hell when they were leaning over.
Position your troops to retain your advantage once the attack begins.
Looked like the back of Titus's mullet from Final Fantasy VII. When he'd tilt his head around and the back of his hair would just like go up at an angle.
Under the cloak of darkness, use guerrilla tactics to sabotage the unbreachable city gates, leaving the Trojan warriors defenseless, allowing the Achaean
Some of the scenarios in like Rome Total War are, you know, don't get me wrong, are fun, but this kind of stuff doesn't seem...
Their walls have been breached.
Even the greatest defenses cannot stand against nature's might. In a land ravaged by earthquakes, patience is rewarded.
You mean 10, yes.
Send your troops forward. Troy is yours for the taking. Myth meets history in a war that will define the ages. Experience the legend of Troy this summer.
Victory will make you immortal.
That was a Total War Saga Troy, which we get to play in 2021.
Okay. Yeah.
And hey, speaking of sneaking in big surprises, a master of segue. This year, we've teamed up with Intel to build a legendary custom computer inspired by art, weaponry, and the artifacts found in the game. DevBob, I understand you know your
I want to
way around a
punch this
computer,
host
right?
straight in the gut.
Sean, I have a soft spot for Bronze Age computers.
Well, great. Why don't you tell our audience a little bit more?
Can do, Sean. Behold, PC gamers. This build is centered around Intel's CPU, the 10th gen Intel Core i9-10900K processor. This 10-core flagship.
Don't you dare have this stupid robot unveil the RTX. What is it, 3080? Don't you dare! Don't. Oh wow. A Total War Saga graphics card? What the hell?
RTX 2080 Ti.
I know someone who would probably want that. Get Z Stanley. OG Vampire Commander Z Stanley. He'd probably want this PC.
The unit is powered by a platinum certified Corsair 12.
So it already, technically, Ricky, it already did, an image did leak out of a founders, supposedly of a founders version of the RTX 3080, which is why I personally haven't jumped on getting a 2080. I had a 2080, I didn't like the performance of it, I returned it. This is maybe about 3 months ago. And I've been holding off on it because I keep hearing that they're going to keep redeveloping that Ampere technology.
PC, we form a relationship
that's why we're getting
with
that
piece of
3080
hardware.
very soon.
We wanted to show you every
Like
step
real
of
soon.
that process. For this build, we enlisted a master craftsman,
Which means
Brian Carter, a
that the
PC
2080
modder with
Supers
over
are going to probably be on
decade
sale
and
like in a couple of
experience.
months.
PC Gamer and Intel have created a 4-part series following Brian.
That's, hey, I'm like you, Ricky. I almost did the same thing. I was like, you know what? I want the RTX. I want all the, the shading and stuff.
Brian Carter,
I got the card. It was a hybrid, almost same exact model as the one that I have now. I have a 2080 hybrid. I put it in and made some horrible coil lines.
PC project that we're
I
thrilled
ended up
to
returning
debut at the
it.
PC
So glad I
Gaming
did.
Show. Join me in a 4-part video series as I take you through each stage of the scratch build process. We begin with the inspiration and design phase, where we figure out how to
Are we actually like taking up time during the PC gaming to show how they 3D printed this case? Like, I mean, this is cool and everything, but I don't really care about this.
Intel Core i9 10900K processor. Then I'll show you how I assemble, finish, and test this one-of-a-kind PC. A big thank you to Intel and Creative Assembly for letting me work on this incredibly fun and challenging
project. Yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. It was like I popped in and I played, I don't know what I played.
It looks
I played
so
Doom
good.
2016 and I heard the coil line and I was like, nope, too loud for me.
Now, and I have even better news. You can win this PC from DevBot's loving clutches. Head on over to PCGamer.com/IntelPC to learn more and enter for a chance to win. And with that, it's time to return to more PC Gaming Show action.
Good,
with
finally.
the fantastic Frankie.
Last year, Remnant from the Ashes challenged gamers to take on monstrous creatures
having a good hair day.
in a post-apocalyptic world. Today, we're
Not really.
excited to announce the biggest update yet for the game, upcoming DLC that will conclude this thrilling saga. The fate of humankind.
Yeah, if you're gonna charge $1,400 for a graphics card, you better have no problems with it, you know what I mean?
This is the world reveal of Remnant from the
I also heard that
Subject
the 3080s, like the
2923,
base model, the
available
Founders version,
August
it's gonna
20th
come with the
on
11
PC,
gigs,
Xbox
all right?
One, and
So you're not
PS4.
gonna have to go buy the TI version or the For the Win version to get that. That's gonna come with like more, you know, more GDDR memory.
They say hope is what
Yeah,
makes us human.
they're gonna have a couple of different models, Ricky. Where the Founders version, you're gonna either be able to get the 8GB model and you're gonna be able to get the 11GB, and it won't be, you won't have that massive price difference. You might not get all the other bells and whistles for the For the Win or the TIs, but you'll have an option to get 11. I know that for the 3080s. Wait, what is this? No way. Is it finally BioStar? Oh no, never mind. Yeah.
The new Remnant from the Ashes content looks fantastic.
What's that
And you know
MMO?
what else is fantastic?
That's
Hearing
supposed to be for
opinions
PC.
of strangers from the internet. Nothing makes my day as much as hearing what's inside your mind. So please use hashtag PC Gaming Show on whatever your platform of preference may be, and you just might have your comment show up live on the show. Now for our next title.
Should I like
we
tweet
have
at
to look
them?
classic,
Hashtag
the
PC Gaming
masters.
Show. Get this host with the
Capcom has
weak
been
ass chin
updating
off,
the original Resident
off the
Evil
video.
games, and in the same vein, 2K is now updating Mafia. The original Mafia trilogy is getting a full definitive edition remaster, with the original game, the 2002 Mafia, getting a full ground-up remake with
Now you
4K
got-
support. We got a brand new trailer for you, so let's take a look
He's
at
got a
Lost
chin
Heaven
weaker than-
2 decades later.
Hey, Tommy. Detective Norman. How long you been in town? 3 years. They handed you the Morello case. Right out of the gate. That's what the paper says, ain't it? And what's it to you? Case must be getting pretty cold by now. Or you got something might warm it up? Yeah, I might have something.
All right, done. Yeah, what's it like? You know, they definitely filmed this on like 2 different days because he has AirPods in some of the videos and some without. Oh, this is Mafia.
Thomas Angelo, sir.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Arsenal GG for the free code. Thank you very much, Arsenal. For the entire trilogy, by the way.
Man, DevBot, after a beautiful trailer like that, I gotta know, do you have any contacts in the Mafia?
Sean, I have left that life behind me. I'm programmed not to form
Yeah, we did.
relationships with organized crime.
You gotta figure about half of this stuff is gonna be like fluff or filler or stuff that you've already kind of known about, and maybe they'll just expand
fantastic.
upon
Let's ring 'em up,
stuff already
DevBot.
released or known
Joining
about.
me to talk about Mafia is the president and CCO of Hangar 13. It is Hayden Blackman. Hayden, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Dude has Frankenstein and old
So for
vintage
people who
horror
haven't
movie
played
posters
the
hanging up
original
behind
Mafia, which is
him.
a
This guy's a winner,
2002
all right? He
release,
knows what he's doing.
Talk to us about this game.
Mafia: The Definitive Edition is
Look
a
at that.
complete
It looks
ground-up
beautiful.
remake of Mafia from 2002, which is a seminal game that really launched the Mafia franchise. And in Mafia, you take on the role of Tommy Angelo, who is a cab driver that falls in with the mob during the
It's almost
1930s,
kind of like
actually during the height of
a
Prohibition,
like
in
they
a city
took
called
the
Lost Heaven,
Xenoblade
which is
Chronicles
loosely based
Definitive
on
Edition
Chicago.
treatment and they applied it
And
to
as a
Mafia.
member of the Salieri crime family, he really gets embroiled in a war with the Morello crime family, and we kind of.
I mean, I remember what this
explore that
game used to
story
look like,
Tommy
and the
that
guys
evolution
did not
from
look
cab
that good. You know what I mean?
driver
Like they look
to,
really good
respected
now.
member of the Mafia.
I feel like in the last 10 years, we've seen HD editions, remasters that are more graphical updates. But my understanding is that this is far more than just a new coat of paint on a game from 2002. Talk
Yeah,
to me
exactly.
about what
It's
a
not
remake
just like, you know,
everything was rebuilt.
the lighting is
every
redone,
asset,
like the
every
reflective
cinematic
like
was
materials,
reshot and-
all the
and,
textures, like the
all the gameplay was completely
even like the
redone. Now,
motion
it's kept all
cap.
the same big beats from the original game. The story is the same for the most part. All the big plot points are there. All the missions.
Like, look at the
are there
facial
and
expressions.
represented.
How are they able
But
to
again,
get those
everything
facial
was
expressions look
completely
so
rebuilt,
realistic
from
based
the
on a
ground
game that
up.
was made from
In
years ago?
order
I mean,
to
I really,
kind of meet
I mean,
the
it does take a lot of
expectations
time.
of
This
today's
that isn't just
gamers
something
and
you
take
snap your
advantage of
fingers and
today's technology.
Unreal and you just pull off.
The location.
Those guys,
pretty much every open world
you know, the
game
team
is
behind
a
Mafia, they
central
really had to
character.
work hard
In
at this.
2002, we have seen a ton of gameplay changes.
It looks like they
between then
completely
and
like
now,
reanimated some of
2020.
these like city
Can
scenes.
you
Like
talk
they,
a little bit about some of the ways you've updated
the shadow and the
open
lighting and like the
world
particle
setting,
effects
some
and
of
the light
new mechanics that
shafts.
players can expect?
So we do
Looks
that
really
a number
good.
of different ways. You know, one, we looked at how populated can we make it.
Well, I can't give it an 8 like Xenoblade. Watch this and give it a score better than Xenoblade. And who the hell cares what IGN thinks?
Crowds and non-player characters and other kind of city life from Mafia 3 and put them into you know, Mafia: The Definitive Edition. But we also looked at, are there ways for us to kind of redesign the city so it's more
You guys
fun to
notice that
drive
little
around,
text
you
that
know,
came out at the
do we
bottom
need to widen
before
streets? Do we
they
need to
showed
make
any of the
sure that
video?
there's
It said
as
not
many,
gameplay.
you know, 90-degree
So,
turns so that you
we'll
can
see.
kind of coast around corners, and as we capture the
It's got a
feel of
guitar
the
behind him. A
vehicles
couple
or
of
the
different
things that
guitars, it
we
looks
wanna do
like.
to make sure that the roads have, you know, grip or they're slick in the rain. And so that I think brought a lot of life to it as well, because most of the way that you engage with the city is through driving.
I mean, speaking of rebuilding things from the ground up, I gotta ask you about the cinematics. I mean, they looked gorgeous in the trailer.
Absolutely
and, I mean,
amazing.
What was the process of
How did you guys do that?
rebuilding all of those cinematics?
For us, it was really, you know, how do we recreate these?
Oh, so
again,
they
taking advantage
remade
of some of the
everything.
cutting-edge stuff that we've been doing at Hangar 13. So
I'm curious to
you
see
know,
if
we
they
have, you know,
decided
really
to reuse any of the assets from the original
facial
game, or if they
scanning
just
and
straight up
likeness
used the original game as like
technology,
almost like a story
mocap,
outline, and they just had to
facility.
remake everything.
So we really wanted to take advantage of that for, you know, the definitive edition. So we did go in and we rewrote all the cinematics.
Wow.
Again, to add some of that
Holy
language,
hell.
add some of that
That's so much
character
work.
development, and maybe some of that clarity that we were going for.
That's good though.
without
It'll breathe
losing
more
the
new
essence
life into this
of
game.
each moment.
Well, now it's time for my favorite
Get more
question.
people interested about Mafia.
When can we play Mafia Definitive Edition, and where can people go right now to learn more?
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. So we are looking at an August 28th launch date, and we still, you know, have a ways to go, and we're working on that kind of final polish push right now. But I'm really confident, really bullish in that date right now. If you want more information, you can go to mafiagame.com.
I'm actually going to try to get some keys to give away for that game too.
Thank you so much for
on
joining
the day
us
that it releases. So
at this year's PC Gaming
tune
Show.
in here.
Once again, Mafia Game.
I have another game to give away here
For our
today,
next title,
although
it's
I'm
time
not.
to head on over to
I
Frank.
think I have everything set up to do it live, like during the stream,
Sean,
and you guys
next
type in a
up,
word,
it's one
and
of those games that looks
you know,
so
someone
pretty,
randomly in
we
chat
just
gets selected
had to show
for
it
it.
to you.
It'll be a Switch game,
Ever
which is
wondered
random,
what
but
Slay the Spire
we'll talk
might
about
be
it
like
this
with
after.
Tim Burton at the helm?
Talk about it a little bit
well,
more
Road Lord
later.
could be the answer. It's being jointly developed by Cyanide and Leica Studio, and sees you building a team from storybook psychos like Dracula, Bloody Mary, and Baron Samedi. Makes all the more sense when you realise you're being employed by the devil himself, a job that has my name
Sounds like my
written
job.
all over it. The game is out this October, and we've got a brand new gameplay trailer.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this exclusive gameplay reveal of our new title, Rogue Lords. Development is moving forward, and we are very excited to share some in-game elements and combat mechanics for the very first time. Rogue Lords is a rogue-like game where you play as the devil. You have to build your team with legends of evil and lead them in runs through multiple events and fights. After a terrible defeat years ago, you're
I don't want to
finally
take
coming
anything
back with your
away
most
from developers that do
faithful
this,
disciples
but
to wreak
This
havoc
whole like
and
Flash
terror,
game, like
your
where the
world
tweening
unbalanced
animations are,
after
like
your
where
long
it's just
absence.
literally like a PNG file.
The combat
and
is turn-based.
twisting it to make it look like they're animating. I don't like that. I think that's lazy.
Skills through your run to be prepared for any threat. Analyze your enemy's next attacks and create combos to secure victory. Every skill costs action points. You should think how to make the best of them each turn. When one of your
Slayer's
disciples
uncle.
becomes vulnerable, your own health bar is exposed, which is persistent during the entire run. If your health is reduced to 0, your run is finished.
Now I wouldn't want to be
In
related to
Rogue Lords,
Satan.
You are the devil, so you don't have to play by the same rules as mortals. When the situation becomes tricky, you can use souls to play with the interface and change an enemy health bar, for example. This is
Nope,
an
he
expensive
just pays the
trick to
bills.
use, but very powerful and useful.
I don't know,
in the
yeah,
most
I just
difficult
don't-
fights. Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned for more info coming soon.
Look at
See you
the
next time.
primary bulk of what they showed. It was stuff like this.
If you're a big fan of roguelites, you know they're known for two things: procedurally generated worlds and permadeath. Our next game, Unexplored 2, puts an interesting twist on these ideas. What if your character's demise changed the game world itself?
There's gonna be like 90 games announced for this thing. I really hope that there's
From
gonna be
developer
more.
Ludomotion
And I want more stuff
publisher
like
Big
the
Sugar,
Mafia thing that we
this
just
is
saw, where they talk
Unexplored
about how
2,
they made it
The
and what they
Wayfarer's
did
Legacy.
to get it up and going. I want to see stuff like that with like Cyberpunk, you know?
The next Wayfarer.
I'd also want to hear about the Avengers game.
you
We found out
answer?
about the Avengers from Square.
When tasked
Heard there's
to
going to be
take your
co-op in that
place
game, so
in a
I
long
kind of want to
line
find
of
that out.
heroes. Will you waver? When challenged to forge your legacy out of strife.
Supposedly there's going to be
arch,
Avengers
and magic.
shown today, I heard.
Victorious.
Sometime today during this thing, I heard that there was going to be the Avengers thing shown. A new update.
It is your.
Unless it's with that IGN one. With Summer of Gaming or whatever.
The first valley, there is no return.
Which I believe is tomorrow. But I think it's today.
The latest update for Dauntless is the most ambitious chapter yet for this online
This
free-to-play
guy has got
RPG.
like.
In
He either
Call
got
of the
bit by a
Void, players
vampire with
unravel
like
a mystery
really
surrounding
dopey,
an
like
ancient
dumb fangs,
civilization,
like
culminating in a showdown
like, you know,
with
it's
a new
got the fangs like
otherworldly
sticking out
behemoth.
like a snaggletooth
And as a
tiger.
nice little bonus, if you go to playdauntless.com right now
Or
and use the code PC Gaming Show
or like
2020,
two twins gave
you
him
can
like
get some
hickeys in the
free
exact
in-game
same
rewards.
place. Either that, or he just has a
Nice.
really lousy
Let's take
razor.
a closer look at this update that's available
I
now
can't not
in
look at
Dauntless.
it.
This is Call of the Void.
Yeah, right, exactly. When was the last? I mean, I understand they're working on, you know, Final Fantasy VII Remake, but yeah, Avengers, that's coming out a couple months, right? September. So, Dauntless. How much do I think part 2 will be? Like how much money? $60. Same as the first part 1. No, yeah,
There's
you
still
know.
more games to come on the PC
No,
Gaming Show. Here's
they
what's
haven't
around
shown
the
anything,
corner.
Ricky.
Take
They got a lot of
closer look at
criticism.
Lightbound,
Rightfully
the
so.
new action RPG from
They got a lot of
Devolver.
criticism for
A
those
special
demos that they
collection
showed
of
off.
exciting independent games coming to PC.
Supposedly, there's
Back to
going to be
you,
a pretty
Frankie.
There are
deep
many
dive
games
too.
about being in nature, which is
I already
why
have
Among
actually the
Trees
Avengers
is
game
called by
pre-ordered,
eye.
along with Cyberpunk.
In this first-person survival
And,
sandbox, you get to
uh,
explore a colourful,
What is it,
breathing
the big
world
PC
that's
game?
full to the
It's coming
brim
out
with life.
this year.
Just
I don't know. I
don't
have
go
another big
wandering
one.
around like
I have another
Snow
big one
White.
pre-ordered as well.
Wild, deadly beasts share this painted world with you, and you'll want to move carefully to avoid their bitey bits. Produced by a 3-person team out of Sweden, this project demonstrates the creative power of independent creators on PC.
Dreams? Oh joy. WR, what's up? Are you gonna fiddle with customization? Absolutely I am. reminds me of, what is it, Firewatch? I don't know if y'all ever played that game, Firewatch. Art style reminds me of that a little bit.
Now, if you're like me, you've drunk your fair share of potions in video games over the years.
You haven't played it? It's a good one. It's a quick game, but it's good.
To consider the business side of these magical elixirs. In Potionomics, you're a witch who must save her potion shop from the clutches of greedy loan sharks, bartering and haggling with a slew of
I don't mind hearing about indie games on this thing, but I almost wish that the PC gaming show was exclusively reserved for, like, you know, and I don't want to sound like a snob, but like AAA games. I wanted it to be like, you know, Cyberpunk, Avengers, talk about maybe a new expansion pack coming out for Final Fantasy XIV. Show us Baldur's Gate. How about that Baldur's Gate that's coming to Stadia and PC? We haven't heard anything about that for a while. Xseed, okay. Y'all know Xseed, maybe. I know him from the Switch days, or excuse me, the Nintendo Wii days. What is this? There is no Stadia. Yeah, Stadia, I don't... You guys saw how Cyberpunk wasn't going to be on Stadia for the first year? It just goes to prove, like, how little of a player base they have there that, you know, CD Projekt Red is like, actually, we can delay it a year because we know that there's not really a lot of people on there, and we don't have to really push the port out right away like we do with all these other consoles, like the, you know, the Xbox and the PlayStation 4 and the PC, because we know that there's a big player base wanting to play the game there. On Stadia, there's no one. So I thought that was pretty funny. And yet again, if you go on Twitter right now and you type in Stadia, there's still people supporting that thing. Even though it's like the biggest ripoff in gaming history, outside of just gacha games and loot boxes and FIFA.
You aren't scouring a dungeon looking for a +1 sword. You're exploring a shattered world for the remains of defeated warriors that you then possess like a ghost. These are the mortal shells, and they're much more than mere pieces of armor and stats. Each one has a complicated backstory, a playstyle, and an identity that might give you mixed feelings about the body you're occupying. Coming later this year exclusively to the Epic Games
wow,
Store
Persona
on
4
PC.
Golden is on the
Let's take a look at this
PS4
gorgeous
store
and
too, so it came out on
brutal
PC
Mortal Shell.
and PS4 today. Oh, you don't say! Is there going to be a physical version that I can pick up?
On the walls, counted the days until you'd gone.
What is this?
1,000,000
and
eyes
PS4.
staring across time and space.
PO just said it's on PS4. I'm like losing my voice already.
PC gaming show. You seem different.
What is this? What is it? What is this?
Consecrated fires revealed cinders and...
I know, I literally have the Steam page up right now and I'm like, yeah. I mean, my PC does have a better graphics card than my PS4.
Only oblivion.
What? Oblivion, you said? No way. This is an Elder Scrolls. Is it? Is it gonna be more like Dark Souls? No fucking way. What is this? What is this? What is this? This looks like Bloodborne. Mortal Shell. Okay, okay. I was gonna say, it was like, is this Bloodborne 2 or something? Who makes this place stack? CS. I don't know who those guys are.
But wait, there's more.
That looked pretty cool.
To see some of the core gameplay of Mortal Shell, but now it's time to talk about bosses. Bosses are a classic staple of this type of RPG. And in our second piece of Mortal Shell footage, we'll see a boss that isn't just a one-and-done threat. Instead, it's a constant adversary.
I believe
throughout
it's
the campaign.
Santiago!
The pattern is a mysterious figure who stalks the player throughout Mortal
Right?
Shell. As you grow in skill
What's
and
up,
master
Hulu?
new weapons, so will he. The clip we're about to watch shows the player's very first duel with the elusive adversary. Let's take a look.
Okay, good. We're seeing more of this. Bosses are a gaming staple. No shit. Of course they are. So we're just gonna watch boss gameplay for a minute. He said that they were only in RPGs. Yeah, of course, because you can't have a boss fight in literally another video game unless it's an RPG. Shows you how... I was gonna say, shows how much Double Hickey Boy knows about video games. Weak chin Hickey Boy. I mean, this looks cool. Actually, for whatever... Oh, I know why. I'm like thinking... The character you're controlling in this, it looks like that, like, main protagonist, like, male figure character you sometimes see in the introduction of Westworld. Or the guy you know, the guy in all the white exoskeletal going through the pool of white. I don't know why. How hilarious would it be is if we get like a surprise announcement like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde 2 for next gen, all because of Angry Video Game Nerd bringing that game back. I'd play that.
Typically on the PC Gaming Show, we don't spend too much time talking about the Nintendo 64. But the beauty of PC gaming is that one way or another, almost all games find their
Nintendo
way to
64,
us,
you
and
said.
are often better off for it. After giving Blade Runner and Turok
They ended with Elder
Master
Scrolls
treatment,
6,
Night
that would blow
Dive
my mind.
Studios is now modernizing Shadow Man, a 1999 cult classic.
Shadow
They're adding in
Man?
support for 4K and widescreen, plus a whole suite of cut content from this dark action classic. Let's take a closer look.
One way to get people real hyped up about PC stuff, show that Mario 64 PC port with like the HD Bowser and NPC skins and the updated, you know, Mario model and Princess Peach model, and all the NPCs look brand new and the textures look new. Show that. All right. I'm not listening to Hickey Boy. Is this supposed to be like the better version? This is looking pretty rough. I'm gonna go grab a beverage while this goes on.
Yeah, that looks
You got it, don't worry about it. I got you guys covered. Hope you like Polar Seltzer. Oh, you guys can hear me gulping. Microphone's set a little bit too,
I am on a first-name basis
Hi.
with our next guest, as he has been here at the PC Gaming Show 6 years running. From Tripwire Interactive, the president himself, it's John Gibson. Thanks so much for joining us, John.
Sean, it's my pleasure. I'm so excited to be back with you again to talk about so much cool stuff happening at Tripwire.
Yeah, you guys have been doing a lot of stuff, and I just want to kick off by asking, talk to me about Killing Floor 2.
So Killing Floor 2 just released the Perilous Plunder Summer Update. It's got 4 new weapons: Blunderbuss, Glock 18, Kaboom Stick, Tesla
It wasn't?
launcher,
That was actually
new
like
official
next
map
gen?
called Desolation,
Like, or, you know,
Space
remastered?
Pirate themed outfits. We're running a seasonal event with rewards until July 7th. And right now, it's free on Steam for a week, so you can go play it.
I also have to ask about the follow-up to a game that was announced at the PC Gaming Show, Chivalry 2. Talk to me about Chivalry 2.
So we're working with Torn Banner Studios. We're publishing, Torn Banner's developing, and Chivalry 2 is coming along great. It's so fun, and we're excited to announce some big news, cross-play between the PC and the consoles, so you can hack and slash your console friends in Chivalry 2.
And last, a game that has been so popular on Twitch. Talk to me about Maneater.
Yeah, so we were so excited to get Maneater out the door. You know, we've shown it to you guys originally in 2018. We had all that fun with Frankie in the shark suit, which I'm kind of missing. The game is doing great. People are loving it. So much fan love, so many fan videos. We're just really happy to have it out there and people eating lots of humans.
It's such a funny game, too. You know, you've talked a little bit about.
It's such a funny game that I've literally never played. Too.
What's coming up
Check
next
out these
for
bad
Tripwire?
boys, and he's just
So
like.
I wish we could come forward and announce an all-new game, and that would be great. But I can give you a few hints. So Chivalry 2, you know, is in process. It's going to be coming out in the not too distant future, hopefully.
Big question is, do I get
Maneater,
Persona
we're
4 on
taking the
PC or do I get it on
feedback, and we're looking at
PS4?
things that we can add to the game. So you haven't seen the last of
I kind of want it on
Maneater.
PS4 so I can
And
get
Killing
the
Floor
whole
2,
achievements.
You know, the game came out in
I can
2015.
get another platinum.
So we're
But then
really
again, it'll
thinking
probably
about
look better on
what's
my
next
PC.
for the Killing Floor franchise. So stay tuned.
Well, if history
It's a
is
toss-up.
any
It's a tough
indicator,
one.
John, I'm sure I'll see you at next year's PC Gaming Show with those very updates. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Sean.
Now, at this year's PC Gaming Show, we've already taken a look at some Epic Game Store exclusives. Mortal Shell, in particular, looks very promising. But for a sense of what else
Get them
there
on
is,
both.
let's take a look at this.
I must support Atlas any way I can. Get them on both. I probably will end up doing that at some point. At some point, I will probably end up getting a code for whichever one I don't have. Anyway, it's Super Meat Boy. We got a new Super Meat Boy. Did I miss that shit? Okay, so we're getting kind of a recap of everything they showed off so far. I'm gonna let you know which ones you can pre-purchase. Okay. Oh, okay, that's coming out September 4th. That'll be pretty cool. Dauntless, it's gonna be free to play. Super Meat Boy forever. Okay, so do we already have a Super Meat Boy? Forever?
Blightbound is a 3-player dungeon crawler where you and your friends explore unique dungeons, fighting a terrifying cadre of mystical and monstrous enemies, grab valuable loot, and recover fallen heroes to expand your roster of available warriors. Blightbound will battle its way onto Steam Early Access later this year as an ever-expanding game with new maps, new heroes to add to your roster, and new loot to retrieve through free updates.
I don't know, kind of a little bit underwhelmed so far.
Blightbound, a cooperative dungeon crawler that tasks 3 heroes to venture down from their mountain refuge to face the abominations of the Blight, a mysterious and corrupting fog that enshrouds the land. Each player will choose a hero from one of 3 classes.
That's what I'm hoping, Ricky.
Titan's might, assassin,
Let me at him.
or mage.
My greatest power awaits.
Battle a terrifying horde.
That
of
was cool.
monstrous
That's the only thing I'm
enemies
going
and
back to, being like, yeah, we're gonna wear that. That's the one that I'm like already thinking about buying. You know,
fulfills a specific role.
it's like already. That's the only one that I've gotten saved up in the old memory banks
Clever puzzles
for when it releases. You know.
synchronize their ultimate abilities to unleash massive damage.
battle through 3 distinct lands, each with several dungeons to conquer.
It was solid,
including
fairly
the
solid.
eerie Gravemine, the oppressive Underhold, and the precarious Blood Ridge. Steel your nerves and prepare.
It does
once
have
again to enter
Steam
the
achievements.
Blight Warrior.
Okay.
We are Blightbound.
Are you viewers at home still thinking about that computer?
No.
I know I am. Swoon. Oh, sorry. And now more from the PC Gaming Show.
One thing we cherish about PC gaming is its openness. The PC is a platform where anyone can build stuff, tinker, and express themselves, and that spirit invites creators, streamers, developers, stores, and all kinds of different voices to contribute to PC gaming's vibrancy. We've already featured a lot of exciting independent games here today, but in rapid-fire succession, here are 8 more indie projects that we're excited about.
Well, they actually are just showing
Shadows
straight
of
up
Doubt
indie
is a
stuff.
detective stealth game set in a fully simulated sci-fi noir city.
They must be doing all the indie stuff first, and then they're gonna just go into like whole hog, like AAA games, like for like the next half. It's gonna be probably indie games first half, AAA whole hog second half. Hopefully, it's gonna be 2 hours long with over 90 games shown. You gotta. I refuse to believe that all of them are gonna be indie. That would just be crazy. But maybe it's just so crazy it might only work in this one instance or scenario.
In the Forgotten City, you fall into an ancient Roman utopia, only to find it full of people, mysteries, and difficult moral choices. Explore an open world locked in time.
Each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. Somebody is about to end our lives. Your job is to figure out who and stop them.
What is this for?
You already know what will happen. If
The Forgotten City? It was based on a mod?
Find your own truth in Paradise Killer, a first-person open-world murder mystery. Play as investigation freak Lady Love Dies as they explore the world, uncover the facts, and breathe life back into paradise.
There's been a murder. Last night, Paradise was killed. I'm investigation freak Lady Love Dies.
What the
reporting
fuck is
to
this?
duty. It's my job to scour the streets of Paradise and hunt for evidence.
Yikes.
Any one of these psychopaths could have done it. Breathing life back into Paradise won't be easy.
She's walking around a city and there's a goddamn red skeleton hanging around? What the hell is this place?
Killer. Coming soon.
Haven is an RPG about the journey of 2 lovers escaped to a lost planet to stay together.
I don't know. Apparently according to PO on his phone, I saw a screenshot just on his Twitter, and he said it was on PS4. I'm actually tempted to grab my phone and see if it's on the PSN network right now.
Good thing we don't have to scrub.
At worst, I kill them.
Whoa, you.
Oh, come on. Dodge this one.
Got it.
You rock. You like that?
That's gotta hurt.
Let's see.
Cartel Tycoon is a narrative-driven drug empire simulator.
Might only be
where
Steam
you rule
release,
as
but
a succession of
we'll see.
fictional drug lords in a world where death and violence are inevitable.
His tweet was bait. Really? Well, he's a real piece of fucking work, is what he is, if that's actually the case.
Trash Sailors is a survival co-op adventure game set in a dangerous, ruined world full of junk where you and friends must survive the Great Flood.
Some of these games I'm not terribly wild about. Huh.
Chris Tales is an indie love letter to classic RPGs
Yeah, I guess
that lets
it,
you
well,
experience past,
I don't see it
present,
on
and
this one.
future
I'm not sure.
simultaneously.
He screen capped the beta version. Oh. Well, I guess we know that we're getting it on PC now. That makes it pretty easy for me. Exactly.
Set in a vibrant fantasy world created in collaboration with RPG veteran Chris Avallone, Alaloth offers fast-paced action with a deep narrative, bringing ARPG dynamics to a new level with a skill-based gameplay inspired by great classics and modern masterpieces.
No, but I once went on a drug deal that went south very quickly and I almost got stabbed. True story. That's a true story. That was when Slayer was a young, reckless rapscallion. No more though, I can't be taking all those risks. I do the normal risks, you know, risk taking now, fighting demons and such. Drug deals go south so quickly. And once they find out you're a vampire, it's all over. The knives start coming out, the pitchforks, the flames. The non-stop
Weird West
murder.
is a curious project
Yeah.
from the co-creators of two of our favorite games, Dishonored and Prey. Despite its top-down perspective, Weird West carries forth much of the same spirit of those first-person games laid out in a dark reimagining of the Wild West, filled with fantastical creatures.
Exactly.
From Wolfeye
Exactly.
Studios and Devolver, let's take a look at Weird West.
The West. The land of
Devolver Digital, they always got good stuff.
a place where you can be a hero, a scoundrel.
This looks like it's gonna be like
Anything in
XCOM
between.
or something similar
This ain't quite
to
the
XCOM.
Wild West as you know it.
Question?
There are ancient powers at war with each other. Strange entities lurking in the dead of night with their own rules and their own peculiar motives.
The baby half vampire, yes.
To the Weird
Yes.
West.
Obviously. That's how it works. That's how Alucard was created. Yeah, this is like XCOM done by Devolver Digital. You know, which I don't hate it. But it seems like it's an awful lot like XCOM.
Coming out here could be the best thing that ever happened to you. If you can survive, that is.
See if I can try to
Joining
stave
me to
off
talk about
boredom.
Weird West is the president and creative director at Wolfeye Studios. It's Raf Colantonio. How's it going, Raf?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I am awesome and
Raffy?
eager to talk about this game. And I want to start with something very straightforward. What is Weird West?
Weird West is an action RPG that is set in an environment that is called the Weird West. And it's very much of the kind of games that I've been working on in the past, except that the perspective is more like a isometric, top-down kind of view.
Yeah, I mean, we've referenced Prey and Dishonored, and we normally think of the immersive sim as first-person games.
You can tell
like
that they like recorded these
What
like on
happens when
two
you try to
different
translate
days
that to that
because he
top-down
has
isometric
hickeys
perspective?
here on one
There's
day
no-
and then he has none on the other, and then there's some
different
days where he has
in
no
the
hickeys and
spirit.
AirPods.
You
They definitely did this like
really
2 days apart.
Find yourself at home. It's just
Definitely.
It's a different perspective. So instead of seeing through the eyes of the player, of the character, you have a chance to run a party of people. So you have followers, and you have more kind of like a strategy kind of view. But the exploration and everything is, is still the same kind of spirit, but with a different perspective.
This dude reminds like he looks familiar. I wonder if he worked for like a bigger company back in the day and this is something new for him.
Creative problem solving
This
is a big
Raphael guy?
aspect. Multiple ways to get past the same obstacle.
I like I
Give me
saw
some
him on
examples
stage
of
at
that in
E3
Weird
like
West.
years ago or something.
We like games where we set up an environment for you, a context, there's a world, there are characters, there are objects, and all of those objects have got consistent rules. And then there's an objective, which is, for example, go inside this house and frame a character by putting a letter that he did not actually truly
PC
write,
Gaming
but
Show
you put it there
has
so that
they're all
the
using
sheriff
Apple
can find
AirPods,
it.
which I think is
You
hilarious.
could do it in a very stealthy way, which would be what you would imagine people would do. So probably use a power and put people to sleep and then get inside.
You've talked about the different things that you can do as a player in the game, but who are you? What can the player do to shape who the character is over the course of the game?
Right, so this is a very good question and also a very dangerous one for me.
It's the riskiest question yet, man.
To make it simple,
Such
you
a
are
punchable
going
face.
to play 5 different characters. Once the main quest is over with the first character, you go to the next one.
You know,
Now,
you're killing it in the
first
hosting
one is
game if
still
you
in
have a
the world,
punchable
so
face.
You can go back and recruit him or her in your party.
What does death mean for you and for your companions in Weird West?
It's a risk that we're taking. We're gonna have different modes. There's
Oh
the
man, that
super
coffee I
hard
just
mode
drank is
where
hitting my large
you
intestine
die
pretty hard.
And you're dead.
I gotta go
Is the
drain
game
the
sort of
boiler.
designed to be like playing in one
Ooh,
forward
hickey
timeline?
AirPods, yeah.
If someone dies, you're not supposed to reload. You're supposed to continue to
rubber
play within the
chin,
same world.
Hickey AirPod
you
neck.
continue to play
Man.
with the same world, but now the sad thing is that that doesn't apply to your followers. Yeah, the characters that are with you, but maybe they'll come back at you someday under the form of an undead, or you don't know.
I don't think I'm gonna miss anything if I have to dodge out for like 30 seconds and go take a leak,
you have
right?
the right tools with you. But if
I
you
know.
don't and they die,
Hickey
that's it.
AirPods.
You know, your followers are now in a little
Hi there,
graveyard
everyone. My
somewhere.
I'm the host of the
You make
PC
it
Gaming
sound
Show,
cute.
Hickey
A precious
AirPods.
little graveyard. Well, they will maybe come back as the undead.
Yeah.
Now, Raph, when can people get their hands on Weird West?
So the game ships in 2021.
Holy
but
God,
some
we're
of
showing
you,
shit this far out.
are
Come
gonna
on,
have
guys.
A chance to play a demo.
I think
actually
it's so
pretty
dumb
soon,
when these
in the
guys show
coming
these games
months.
off
You
like a
can
year
follow,
off in advance.
Wolfeye
And
Studios on Twitter, and as well as
Whatever.
Devolver Digital on Twitter as well.
I'm gonna go take a
for
pee.
more information about
All
that.
right. Chair's in
Well,
charge.
wonderful, Raph. Thank you so much
Actually,
for
Ricky's
coming
in
out
charge.
once again. That is Devolver Digital, Wolfeye Studios on Twitter.
I'm gonna go take
for
a
that
rocket piss.
upcoming demo. For
I'll
our
be right
next
back.
game, believe it or not, yet again, we're gonna go to Frankie.
Sean, I don't know about you, but there are times I wish for a simpler life. A life spent as a farmer in a humble JRPG
Yeah, I can miss this.
village,
I'll be right back.
where all I have to worry about is which vegetables to plant, what to name my chickens, and which of the dozen townsfolk I should propose marriage to. Our next game is a return to that simpler life. From XC Games, this is Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town.
Marvelous.
I'm so happy that you've been sending in your reactions, your memes, your takes to various temperatures throughout the show. Through the wonderful magic of motion graphics, you can even read them before your very eyes right now. I'm delighted by so many of them. Furious at a few, but I'm confused by none because you're just making a lot of sense today. We're in the home stretch of the show, so please continue to let us know which PC games you're excited about by using hashtag #PCGamingShow. Now, when it comes to genres, there are few as ambitious on PC
They show my
as
tweet?
the MMO. It requires a vast amount of resources to create a rich, living, breathing world to entertain hundreds of thousands of players for years, and I know this because I watched Season 1 of Mythic Quest.
Damn.
Yeah. Due on closed beta on July 23rd, Amazon Games' New World aims to deliver that vast open world with pitched battles of 100 players. I'm excited to announce today that if you pre-order New World right now, you can get into that July 23rd beta a full month before the full release on August 25th. This is New World.
All right, let's see it. I think honestly it was like bad shaving. He probably got a new razor that he wasn't used to and he just like nicked. But like in 2 spots, how do you do that? Usually when I get razor burn, it's like in one area and then I just stay away from that area with the razor. How do you fuck it up that bad unless you just don't know how to shave? Or you just got a real hypersexual girlfriend who won't leave your goddamn rubber chin alone. What is this? Is this even gameplay or is this all just like pre-rendered nonsense? What do you think, Hollywood Slayer? You got an opinion? This isn't real gameplay. God damn it, Hollywood Slayer. It's not. You're right. You're right. You're right. What's that? There's no smoking in here? Yeah, get out of here. Put that shit out. Too bad. That or Frankie's guinea pig. Rookie.
Here on the PC Gaming Show, we're big fans of Life is Strange, the award-winning adventure series from developer Don't Nod. Having undergone some big changes since its first reveal in 2018,
Thank you,
Twin
Ricky.
Mirror, the studio's next game, is a psychological thriller that follows investigative journalist Sam,
Better
who
be
returns
good.
to his hometown in West Virginia.
Or I'm gonna die.
Available to wishlist now on the Epic Games Store. Let's watch.
Epic Games. I'm already dead. They already showed this game.
Basswood is many things. Peaceful tops that list. Until that day.
I know. You know, can we just like?
I can't make you do anything.
I wish these like gaming, you know, events would come right out and tell people right away, like if they were sponsored by or heavily, or the production value budget was heavily increased by Epic Games Store or by Rockstar Games. I wish we had like that disclaimer before these events, so we kind of know what level event we're kind of getting. You know what I mean?
The good news, though, at least you don't have to do
Right?
it alone.
I feel like that's like, you know, you guys remember like in the late 90s, early 2000s when fast food companies had to start listing like the actual like calories that was on their menu items? I feel like the same thing needs to happen with these game events.
The studio bills.
I want them to be more upfront about when they're being sponsored by a game company or a game distributor.
Blasting demons to a heavy metal soundtrack, and to talk about one of the most epic encounters in the game
right
is
here.
the creative director at the
Like
Outsiders.
weird. It's like if I actually
David
put where my
Goldfarb.
fingers are on my neck,
Take it
that's
away,
like
David.
That's like where like my what is it, the carotid artery? Those two big arteries that come up and down your neck here. It's like right there.
I think right now everybody needs some
Very
games
weird.
to
Very
give us a
weird
break
area.
from the reality that we're currently inhabiting. So that's why we're here now. So what you're about to see here is an exclusive peek of some pre-alpha gameplay of our upcoming game, Metal Hellsinger.
That guy just
Hope you
said
like it.
pre-alpha gameplay. Hey Grandpa, what do we think about pre-alpha gameplay on this channel?
Fuck you!
Oh, all right. Oh, we know Grandpa hates it. Yeah, not gonna lie, actually, this looks. I mean, just looks like fast-paced Doom. This looks more like Doom 2016, not like Doom Eternal. You know what I mean? My grandpa probably needs some Metamucil. Some prune juice or something, I don't know. A nice bowl full of shut the hell up. This does look pretty cool. Although, according to this, it's pre-alpha, so who knows if the game will actually look like this when it comes out, if it ever comes out. I don't know. Who's making this? So it's the Outsiders and Funcom is making it. Okay.
Felicia Day here, and I play the magician
Hey!
in the Dungeons of Nahelbeck, the Amulet of Chaos.
Someone who's
The Amulet of
semi-famous.
Chaos is a fun and silly tactical RPG that's coming to PC later this summer. It features a group of adventurers searching a dungeon for treasure. Each one of the characters has their own skill sets, or lack thereof, fighting styles, and inventory. Each one is kind of a failure, but together, they're too dumb to fail. The game doesn't take itself too seriously. It has lots of in-jokes for tabletop games.
I know, why couldn't they
and
get
for some
Felicia
reason,
Day to
it
be
features
the
a lot of
host?
chickens. Anyway, here is an exclusive preview of the Amulet of Chaos.
Like, you know, even though he's kind of controversial and people kind of hate his reviews sometimes, why don't have gotten guys like, you know, Donkey or Jontron to host the PC gaming show, especially like Donkey.
What a burn.
He's pretty funny and charismatic, and this whole online thing, you didn't have to do any in-studio shooting. Why did they get Hickey Boy to be the host? Why didn't they get someone who's a little bit more, I don't know, relevant, personable, well-known? In case she has a chin, they didn't like that. Seems kind of like a mobile game, guys.
Who says you need water to go sailing? Our next game, Red Sails, puts you on a boat in the middle of a sea of desert. In this intriguing narrative adventure, you rescue stranded people while looking for the rest of your clan. Let's take a look at Red Sails.
Looks like Breath of the Wild graphics. Ooh, never mind, it looks far worse. What is this, at like 15 frames per second? Not that I'm like an FPS snob or anything like that. It's like, I was gonna say, the graphics remind me of Wind Waker, and now this game literally reminds me of Wind Waker. It's like Wind Waker with the Breath of the Wild engine. So we're not sailing on the open ocean, the open sea, we're sailing across desert. Yeah, I was gonna say, it kind of reminds me of Wind Waker, you know?
So DevBot,
Yeah,
do you have
yeah,
any
exactly.
access to some medical programs in case I, bump my foot against some of these cold, unforgiving walls?
Query received, Sean.
You say
In order
bump-
to
bump your
familiarize you
feet?
with basic life-saving procedures, I have established contact with game developer Bossa Studios, the creators of Surgeon Simulator 2.
boy.
Well, I wasn't really planning on doing any surgery. I feel like if I was injured, you'd be the one doing the surgery.
My analysis shows that Surgeon Simulator 2 contains all of the vital instructions for repairing fragile human bodies. 1 hour of Surgeon Simulator 2 is equivalent to 1 year of human medical school.
That's not true, but I appreciate your enthusiasm and
Surgeon
thirst for
Simulator's all right.
knowledge, DevBot, and I'm certainly interested in this game. So let's take a look at Surgeon Simulator 2.
All right. This looks quite expanded. I'm looking at it on the other screen here, but this looks really significantly more enhanced than the first game. Like, even though it still has like that cartoony, you know, relatively simplistic look to it, it's definitely more advanced. It seems like there's like more, I don't know what it is, like cooperative platforming involved?
Joining us to talk about Surgeon Simulator 2, we got Mark Pick on the line. Mark, thanks so much for joining us.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So, for anyone who has not experienced the hilarity of Surgeon Simulator 1, can you just
Apple,
give us
like,
the
you
gist
know,
and
shareholders
tell us
are just sitting
what
there,
is
like, you know,
Surgeon
going like this,
Simulator
like,
2
yes,
all
even
about?
during a PC
We've kind of taken the toll
gaming event show, our products are getting advertised. Yes, buy more AirPods after you accidentally put yours in the wash, you stupid 12-year-olds. That's what they're all saying.
In the new game, you're actually a fully limbed surgeon, moving around for the first time in the series on 2 feet. In the original game as well, yeah, right. What an innovative feature in 2020. In the original game as well, you were limited to just surgery, whereas in Surgeon Simulator 2, there's a whole plethora of brand new mechanics, challenges, and gameplay elements to explore. You're not just looking over one patient's chest cavity anymore, but you're actually exploring a fully fledged medical facility.
Can you maybe tease a little bit of some of the other, perhaps, medical operations that I get to perform in Surgeon Simulator 2?
Yeah, so there is 12 operations in the game, and you will have seen a few of those in the trailer just now. Think of that facility as like a little bit like the original Surgeon Simulator, with a bit of kind of a mad scientist lab thrown in there, through this kind of lens of like a Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory vibe. Like, you're never really sure what's going to be around the next corner and what new twist or what dark machinery you're going to come across next. So players are going to come across everything from like surgical vending machines, over-engineered operating theatres, automatic patient dispensers, my personal favourite, which is actually an improvised cannon, where you can actually fire limbs or organs and things across to your fellow surgeons on the other side of the room to keep operating on board.
Now, Mark, I understand that there is a creation tool in Surgeon Simulator 2. What does that entail?
Yeah, that's right. So in keeping with the variety and the surprise that we talked about before, in Surgeon Simulator 2, we're proud to announce that we are bringing Bossa Labs creation mode to the game. Now, in creation mode, you as a solo player or in a group of up to 4 players can get stuck into the very same tools that we as designers and developers use to build our very own story mode.
I have no
It's
idea.
an easy to use, intuitive, friendly set of tools where it's as much fun to create as it is to play.
So I want to ask, what are some of the examples of the types of levels, the types of creations that people have made?
That's a great question. So we've been live for the last few months already. The wealth and the variety of content made by players so far has been really, really incredible to see. So there's been everything in there from traditional takes on surgery, like the end of the original game. We've also got ghost ships in there. We've got bowling alleys. We've even got a take on the Surgeon Olympics, where people are bouncing around Bob's head and using that as a ball.
Limit break
and
on
then we've
Hickey.
got my personal
I don't really have the
favourite,
limit break
which
learned
is
mastered
the
yet.
kind of
Still
the
trying to
take
go
on the
through
bottle
my,
flip challenge. So I don't know if
you
you're
know,
familiar with
soldier
the
first class
flip
training,
bottle
but
with the
I do
hand
have
and kind
this.
of, it's not the easiest thing to do with the Surgeon Simulator.
What's up,
And
Ben?
you just
You
kind
want
of
a
step
slice?
back and see the
Let's
physics
try it
chaos
again.
play out, and it's a lot of fun. Very satisfying to see play out.
Mark, I had a blast playing Surgeon Simulator 1. When can people play Surgeon Simulator 2, and how do they get access to this creation workshop you've mentioned?
Surgeon Simulator 2 is coming to the Epic Game Store in August 2020, and you can
This
pre-order
shit was
that
sponsored
right
by
now.
Epic.
You can
Guaranteed
also
you.
go to
Guaranteed.
surgeonsimulator.com for more information
Guaranteed,
and follow us
right?
at Surgeon Sim on Twitter to learn more.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
That's Mark Pick. I'm Sean Plott. Let's go to Frankie Ward.
Sean,
Sean.
you'll remember our next
Plot.
character from their
Yeah,
appearance
great.
in the PC gaming show way back in 2015.
Changing my other outfit for Frankie
Hello
here.
Games are a small UK indie studio, perhaps better known for building the infinite, procedurally generated universe of No Man's Sky. But their next big release is an altogether more intimate, handcrafted affair. The Last Campfire is an adventure game, a story of a lost ember trapped in a puzzling place, searching for meaning and a way home. Let's check it out.
Have we already seen this game before? During something else? Wasn't this shown recently during something, other kind of, you know, event or something like that? Pretty sure it was. Right? Pretty sure. Well, I was like definitely sure. Yeah, no kidding. It's all indie games, which is, I guess, fine, but not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting at all. No. I just... Not... I wanted AAA stuff. I thought we were getting like Avengers and whatever. Instead we get... Well, something that needs to be skewered.
As satellites go by.
I just...
Escape from Tarkov has become one of the breakout successes.
It's a bunch of crap.
Becoming a smash hit
Okay.
on Twitch as players fell in love with its extra gritty take
This
on
isn't real
first-person
gameplay.
shooters. But as anyone who works on the internet will tell you,
Get out of here,
people
Slayer.
always want more. And more we've got for you today. Because in a moment, I'm going to be speaking to one of the game's developers about what's coming next. And that includes a spicy new map. Hey, DevBot, why don't you show them what we got?
Holy bananas, the volume level just like went through the roof. This is a new map. What is this new for COD? Yeah, it looks like Tarkov or something like that. What? I just don't understand. It is a generic looking shooter. And I feel like, you know, I'm just talking from a purely, you know, presentation perspective. When you're watching these things and there's zero context as to what they are and they're just showing gameplay footage and people look at Dojers up there on the wall. If you're showing like a game with like zero context, it has to be recognizable in order for you to make that connection with your audience. Because right now we're all like, well, what is it? Yeah, it's Escape from Tarkov. I knew that looked generic as hell. I recognize that generic as hell FPS from anywhere.
Coming next is Nikita Buyanov from Battlestate Games. Thanks so much for joining us today, Nikita.
Thank you for having me.
I would love if you would kick off by just for anyone who hasn't
This game is like 80% like, you know, literally sneaking around until you like maybe hear a footstep and then just waiting behind a rock until you see the person that was following you for the last 35 minutes.
Like true survival.
And then the game is over. Usually when you get shot, it's like you're done. I've played like, you know, a couple hours with the game and that's like, it's like more frustrating PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Which is why I'm not. I don't want to play it.
Existing map set in Tarkov.
It will be the biggest and
that Transformers BR though. If it's halfway decent, I'm gonna be down for that though.
Undergrounds.
Especially if it's done in the same kind of like design style like Devastation was.
So give me a breakdown
by
of what's
Platinum.
coming up in this upcoming patch 12.7.
12.7 is more like a technical patch. It will include the big addition called the expansion of Customs location. Customs is the pretty iconic,
Transformers Battle Royale.
For the EFT.
Pretty cool, right?
It will like enlarge the overall area by 30 or even 40%. The next updates will totally like overhaul the whole skill system, and there will be new boss called Senator. This boss will able to heal his partners and like search for stashes. So we always
Look at the guy on the left too. He's like, I don't give a shit.
New bosses. Really big amount of cool features to come this year. We'll try to bring some new experience.
Hey, take it easy, Ricky. All right, man.
Escape from Tarkov has been playable for a long time. For anyone who's listening who hasn't
Thank you for
yet
tuning
played
in.
it, where should they go?
They should go to our site www.escapefromtarkov.com and see for yourself. You could purchase it over there.
So once again, EscapeFromTarkov.com to check it out. And Nikita, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
For our next title at the PC Gaming Show, it's time to head on over to the inimitable Frankie Ward.
Over the last decade, developer Red Barrels has given us some of the most messed up horror games ever created. The next game in the Outlast series offers more mind-numbing terror, but this time with friends. Outlast Trials is set during the Cold
I want to see
War,
like how many people are actually watching this right now, because when I first started and turned it on, it was 75,000. Now it's 51,000. Okay, yeah, it's going down.
Involuntarily recruited to test advanced
It was 80,000 people watching this when I first started. Now it's 51,000 people. So people are not that interested. What is the like to dislike ratio, I wonder? Can you even see it right now? Ooh, yeah. Well, a lot of dislikes. 10,000 versus 5,000. That's still, it's not great. A lot of dislikes on there. I don't know what they started with on this thing, but it definitely was not able to keep people through the last 20 minutes. I mean, hell, even I'm questioning whether or not I want to even watch the rest of this crap. This looks cool, whatever this is. It's CGI, but it looks cool. Yeah, what is this? Outlast?
Night vision device fully operational, sir.
Excellent. Bring in the other subjects.
It is. Maybe I just heard them say Outlast, but... Some kind of like speedrunning version of Outlast? Or multiplayer version? Huh. A lot of these games are pretty far away. Very far away.
And with that,
which worries me a little bit.
PC Gaming Show is now complete.
What?
Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that you got the chance to see some games that excited and delighted you. Also, as you might imagine, it is really challenging to put on a show with no nearby gaming conventions. So an enormous thanks to our sponsors for helping to make this show possible. This year, the sponsors are Mythical,
Dislike.
Perfect World, Funcom, Frontier Developments, Exceed Games,
It was horrible.
All In Games, Humble Games, Sega, Amazon Games, Merge Games, Tripwire Interactive, and
Holy
the
God,
Epic
that was
Games
bad.
Store. Without your support, we would not have had the opportunity to put on a show for the greatest platform, PC gaming.
I don't. You really can't say that after that presentation, my friend. That was.
Co-host to say goodbye. Thanks again, DevBot.
I am glad to have been of service, Sean. I'm going to shut down into sleep mode to conserve power until next year. Frankie, what is your goodbye message?
Thank you so much to all of our devs for your incredible games, and of course, thanks to our sponsors for making this all happen.
Bad.
And finally, a big thanks to you guys at home for watching. I'm actually off with my little evil sidekick now to take over the world, and I really do look forward to being your evil Emperor Overlord. Until next year, thank you so much, and goodbye.
All right, that's it. Coming up next is the Future Games Show over at twitch.tv/GamesRadar, where you'll see more exclusive reveals, deep dives on the future of gaming, and developer interviews. With that, I'm Sean.
And they're just not even going to put the link in there so I can find it. This was just one of the worst coordinated things I've ever seen. That was awful. And why are you going to put that in memory of someone? Don't soil that guy's name.
Or rather, goodbye, world. These are the credits. Run credits.exe. Load credits.
Oh boy, that was bad.
Open credits.wad. You get the idea.
That was, I don't know why I rushed to get my stream going to watch this thing. This was the biggest piece of crap. Man, Imagine this being in the middle of E3. They would get jeered off the stage if PC Gaming came out with this, like during like E3. They would get run out of town for how poor of a... What the hell is that?
But I'm still not sure what a grip does. Look at how many people it takes to do the work of one dead bot. While you were watching this, I calculated pi to 49 trillion digits. How about you?
Absolutely horrendous.
These are acronyms, am I right?
I bet if I refresh the page right now, the dislikes are just are gonna get out of control.
I just hijacked
It's already
people's computers and found an alarm.
Yeah, I think we should move on. I'm just very curious to see if the like to dislikes here. I think what I'm going to do is, because I can't technically do this, I think I'm going to have to stop this stream and then I'll restart the other live one that I scheduled.
All unsafe progress will be lost. Editor, editor, editor. So many editors. Pro tip: when asking a computer to open a pod bay door, say please.
So,
With all these
very odd.
sponsors, you'd think I'd have a heck of a lot more RGB. Okay, I have to go now. Seriously, it is time to leave.
Yeah, I agree. I want to murder someone. Also, there's no transitions from output. What's going on here? Is this going to be way too loud if I put this on? Probably. Okay, there we go. That sounds normal, right? Okay. My head's gonna move over a little bit over here. I also might make my head a little bit smaller. Oh, Jesus. Make my camera a little bit smaller here. Yeah, this is the... I did actually a version of this for this layout just specifically for Final Fantasy VII. I originally did it for Nell. I believe it's Nell Star Gaming. For one of his charity streams, and he needed one for Final Fantasy VII, so I decided to make him one. This one is similar to that. I did a little bit of differences. I changed it up a little bit. But yeah, I really like this. I like this because it's cool for 4.3, right? Yeah, I agree. All right, let's see if I can get this to work. Not Cemu, not Mario. What are we looking for? We're not emulators, we need mods. There we go. We need 7th Heaven. Perfect. And I think the only other thing that I need now is I need to go find my controller. I was playing around with actually using a PS4 one, but I think just to be safe, I think I'm just going to use my Xbox one since I already have that pretty much rigged up. Alright. Oh yeah, but we're going to have to restart the stream, aren't we? Yeah, let me go to the live thing here. Go to my live panel. Okay. When do we start, buddy? We're gonna start right now, except I'm just gonna stop this stream and I'm gonna go start up my other one because I already have one set up for the 7th Heaven stream. Alright? So go to my channel and meet me over there. I'm out of here. I'll literally be right back. We're just gonna go to that other video. Alright? I'll actually post it in here before we go. How's that sound? A little bit more, a little bit easier. Easier to manage. Find it here. You know what? I don't even need to do that. You can do this. There you go. Let's go over there right now. All right, let's do it.